Want to gather around, take a real good listen to Miss B-Town. She'll give you the real deal while showing you love. She will sit from heaven above, so check it out. Miss B-Town is in the house. Give you all the news that you can use and more, so check it out. Miss B-Town is in the house. And more, keep growing, keep showing. Those who are lost and have gone astray, keep blessing with life lessons. Showing the way, so check it out. Miss B-Town is in the house. Check it out, Miss B-Town, yes, is in the house. Give you everything you want and
Okay, decop. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Stomp Down. Can you hear me, Stomp Down? Can anybody hear me? Decop.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, now you hear me. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Anybody else want to join us up here before I take the banner down? I'm gonna drop it right. Okay, good. All right, good, 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 good. All right, all right. Let me remove the overlay, and we're
To
not gonna hold you long, huh?
Oh, I was gonna
What you say,
say,
darling?
Crystal. Oh, I'm just saying, Crystal is down there. Teresa is down there.
They want to come up? Okay.
Oh no.
Let's go ahead with that. I'm gonna drop the link for Vivian, and who else was gonna come up?
Mm.
It was somebody else was gonna come up. Vivian and somebody else. But I don't know if they're gonna come right this minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link down here for 'em. Welcome, guys, and thank y'all for coming. First, I ask that you share this video out because this is a topic that keeps on giving. We think we know a lot about this situation, and we don't. But we're gonna have the topic today is ovarian cancer. And if you've ever taken care of any cancer patient or dealt with any form of cancer, you know the struggle. With me, I experienced it as um taking care of my sister who had breast cancer. But today our topic is about ovarian cancer. And Decop is here because she went through the struggle of losing her wife to ovarian cancer. She took care of her until the end. And she's going to share some information with us that you got to be kind of in there going through it or work through it with somebody in order to know. And if anyone else want to come up share information, feel free. Let me add Crystal to come up
Good
because it's like
morning, lady.
good morning, sweetie. Thanks for joining us. This is
Thank
something that we
you.
all need to continue to educate each other on. Hi, Cassandra. Welcome, sweetie. Okay, go ahead. Thanks. Stomp down. Okay, go ahead, Decop. And
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
okay. I'll start by asking this. I'll get you started here. First, we want to start with maybe share us some signs. Maybe you want to start there of where y'all even before even going to the doctor when she started to see her body change, or what made y'all start the journey, or how y'all got started on the journey of ovarian cancer.
Before I do that, I'm gonna read some of the symptoms of ovarian cancer.
So we won't have any back, so you won't get any
Huh?
echo or anything. I'm gonna go on mute so you won't have an echo or nothing.
Okay. Let me find the symptoms for for those any of the people that have not been in my lives. These are the books that I read out of. It's called Torch, and Torch stands for Tales of Remarkable Courage and Hope. This is the other one. It's hard for me. Okay, so let me find the symptoms. Uh, some of the symptoms is bloating, swollen tummy pain, backache, irregular cycle, fatigue, feeling fullness when eating. Um, Here go this word again. Diverticulitis. I think that's how you pronounce it. Constipation and diarrhea, painful intercourse, indigestion, increased urination, lung issues, shortness of breath, chest pains because of fluid around lungs, and pelvic pain. Also, there's three tests. Well, there's one test for ovarian cancer, and there's two tests for breast cancer. Uh, the test for ovarian cancer is CA125, and the one for breast cancer is the acronyms for is BRAC 1, BRAC 1. And the one for to see if you have the genes for breast cancer is BRAC 2. That's to see if you have the genes. And some of the tests that the doctor would give you is a ultrasound. They'll send you in to get an ultrasound, a CT scan, a sonogram, a PET scan, a transvaginal ultrasound, or they will send you in to get all three of these, which is a pelvic exam, a CA-125, and a transvaginal ultrasound. And here are three treatments that you may get. You can get all three of them. You may get one of them or two of them. It's chemo, radiation, or you may get a trial drug program. Let's see. At this time when I had these notes, it may be different now, but they had 14,000 women die every year. And then 63% of women will die. And then there's a 5-year survival rate. And then they have every 35 minutes, a woman will die. And then they had that there's no early detection. And hopefully by now there is.
Decop, your sound went out.
What about
I think
now?
she froze up on us. Okay, you there? All right.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Go back to your survival rate. That's where you went out.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Huh? You can hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There's a 5-year survival rate. So that means usually once you're diagnosed, you will live 5 years. Hopefully by now, it's longer. And then they have where there's no early detection. So hopefully by now, that's not true. I don't know by now. Okay. Now, what was I supposed to be doing? I forgot. Just that quick.
What? I got tickled when you said that. What? Give us some of the things that got y'all on the journey or what started to change with her to even get her to go to the doctor to even start the process. Because, we don't get everything that we need just top surface to know that we have something.
Oh, okay. What made her go to the doctor was she had begun to have pain in her stomach. And she waited and she waited and she was just thinking that her stomach was just hurting. And then she noticed that her stomach was bloated. And she just thought maybe that was just women have, bloat, they stomach bloat. And then her stomach bloated some more to the point that she noticed. And she got worried, but she waited. And she waited until the point it began to hurt when she touched it. And that's when she said, I think I need to go to the doctor. And I was like, why? She said, my stomach hurt when I touch it. And my stomach is big. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, yeah. And so we went to the doctor. And her doctor wasn't there. Her PCP doctor wasn't there. And so there was another doctor there, and she, told the doctor what was going on. And the doctor said, yeah, I think you have indigestion. She said, indigestion? And the doctor said, yeah, that's normal. That's probably why your stomach is bloated like that. And that's why it hurt. So they gave a Prozac, I think that's what it's called, the purple pill, and another
Pardon me, the Prozac is not Prozac, Prilosec is the
Oh,
purple
yeah.
pill, and
Decop, you
also
froze.
Nexium is the purple pill.
Teresa,
So, yeah.
I'm getting a you're not authenticated is what I'm getting. I see you back here, but I can't bring you up. Let's see.
Oh, you were talking to somebody else?
Teresa is in the back, but I'm getting a not authenticated. It's what I'm getting. I can't bring her up.
Oh, I don't know what that.
Does anybody
what
have her
that mean?
email address? She's not authenticated, and what she's gonna have to do is the link is gonna have to be emailed to her. StreamYard won't let it you straight up now like that. Does anybody have her email that they could email her the link?
No, ma'am, I'm not familiar.
Okay,
Uh,
that's because that's what I have to do with TC on yours, D-Cop. I have to
tell
email her the link.
tell her to tell her to email me her email address, because I think let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if she's in.
Okay, wait a minute, she in the private chat. Okay, here, can
Yes.
you see the private chat, D-Cop?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Email
So
it to her.
you emailed it to her?
Hold on. Okay, you keep talking. I highlighted Cassandra's chat. Okay. I highlighted Cassandra's statement right there.
So you emailed the link to her?
I'm doing it now.
Okay. So she got the medication, and she took it for I think about three weeks or something like that, and it did no good. And so she waited. She called to check when her PCP doctor, came back from vacation. And when she came back from vacation, we went back to her to see her, and she explained to her doctor what was going on. And her doctor looked at her, and she said, I think I know what the problem is. She didn't even check her out or anything. She already knew what was the problem. She said, but I'm going to send you to get a sonogram. She sent her to get a sonogram, and I think it probably was a couple of weeks when the sonogram came back, and she was looking all pitiful looking, and she said, I'm sorry to tell you, but I think you have ovarian cancer. And so that was shocking to her. She said, but I'm going to send you to an oncologist to make sure. And that's what she did. She sent us to oncologist. And that's when we for sure found out she had ovarian cancer. And it took us for a while to find out that she was in stage 4 ovarian cancer. So that's how we found out what it was. Yeah. So B-Town them got knocked off.
Excuse me, may I ask the question?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal King. How are you? I was scrolling this morning, and I came across Stomp Down's video, and I noticed different conversations that was going on in chat, but I wasn't clear on something. Am I to understand that the host of this broadcast has ovarian cancer?
No, she doesn't. I think she said, what did she say? Her aunt or somebody had, or she took care of somebody that had cancer. Actually, my wife died from ovarian cancer.
Yes, ma'am. My condolences. I did see that broadcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The reason why I came down and dropped down in the chat is because I'm currently battling ovarian cancer, I am actually in August, it will be 5 years breast cancer survivor. Uh, I heard you speaking of the different symptoms.
Mhm.
And what I wanted to speak on was, yes, those symptoms are very serious, but when you have other ailments going on, they can mask themselves. I also suffer from fibromyalgia for many years,
Mhm.
rheumatoid arthritis, and there are things that are very common in my family. On my mother's side, my mother's mother died as a direct result of breast cancer. I had a 15-year-old nephew, my sister, her only child, died 15 years old of brain cancer. Uh, my father's mother, cancer. I just lost a first cousin this year from cancer, and I have at least 6 to 7, possibly family members who passed from a type of cancer. And I do know that my mother's grandfather passed of cancer. I didn't realize that there was a history of cancer in my family. Uh, I was aware of my mother's mother, and oh, yes, and my father's mother. I was aware of my mother's mother. And the thing about it is that a lot of people, in my opinion, do not have that conversation. You may say that, oh, Aunt so and so passed, or Uncle so and so passed. Of what? Oh, he wasn't feeling too good. Well, his back was bothering him. We don't talk about what happened. How did they pass? And a lot of that can come back to bite you. And when my mother's mother passed, and then after my nephew passed, I had a lump in my breast. And I had felt it. It was a little lump at first, you know. And then
Mhm.
when I went to get my mammogram, they said that the lump was kind of hard. And the first thing I thought was, oh, wow, my grandmother passed of breast cancer. Now I have a lump in my breast. What do I do? So that was actually the first lump. So they took it out and it was benign. So I was like, okay, good. So I had a second lump. Now by this time, um, I apologize for anyone who has already heard my story. Um, I'm just briefly qualifying for this conversation.
Oh, no
It's
problem.
uncomfortable, it's emotional, but I'm doing it because I know that it has to be done. Uh,
Mhm. No problem.
my husband suffered from a lot of illnesses, and as I've told you, I've had a lot of illnesses myself.
Mhm.
Um, I also suffer from something called scleroderma, which is a totally different mammal, a totally different broadcast. And once you realize all those things intertwined with one, you can never really tell what is wrong. You may assume it's this one day or it's this the other day, and it's something else. So
Mhm.
uh, I digress. My husband ended up being a bilateral amputee. So I was taking care of my husband. I got a second lump in my breast. For a whole year, I didn't do anything about it because I said, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. It was hurting. It was protruding through my clothes. It felt like was very, very hard, like a stone.
Mhm.
And my focus was take care of my husband. So I finally asked someone, what do you think this is? They said, you better go to the doctor. This is not good. So when I went, they told me I had stage 2 triple negative breast cancer. and I needed aggressive treatment, and time was not on my side.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the aggressive treatment. I had 2 chemos at one time every 2 weeks, and it depleted me so bad till I wasn't able to walk and I wasn't able to eat, and I still was there to take care of my husband, and I had to get a caregiver. After that, after the 2 treatments at one time, I ended up getting a third chemo. And after that, uh, they told me that they couldn't find the lump, but I still had to get surgery. So I got to surgery. The scar is horrific. They took out quite a bit of breast tissue, but I still have my breast. It's a lot smaller than the other one, but I'm here. And I look at it like
Mm-hmm.
that's what had to be done to save my life. I don't think of it as a vanity thing. But as a woman, I do think about, wow, look at me now. But, God reminds me that I didn't have to get up from that operating table. So after that, August 5th, about almost 5 years ago, I finished my very last uh, radiation, which I had to have after that as well. Radiation is something that radiation is where they take a laser, and what they do is they aim it at the direct spot where the cancer was found. And I had to get that done 21 times, about 21 times. And my entire breast turned black. And then it peeled and went completely pink. So it was completely raw skin for quite some time. And the skin turned back. And after that, I was cancer free. And I'm still cancer free in my breast. Uh, August 5th, almost 5 years ago, I finished my last treatment. I got my paperwork and everything, and I was so happy. And I told my husband that I was going to go, to my girlfriends and just relax, because I was just really, really happy about that. And I told him I'd be back. I'll see him tomorrow. I'll be back. Love you. I got him everything he needed before I left. And when I got back, when I woke up the next morning, my son told me that he was dead. So I had to hurry up and rush and find my husband dead. So it was very hard for me to celebrate being breast cancer free. And the next day, my husband died. It took me many years to celebrate and thank, be grateful for that deliverance from cancer in my breast, because the very next day was like a lightning bolt to my body. So now, I say it's been about a year or so, maybe. I'm sorry, this is really emotional for me. I'm doing this because
Take
I
your
feel like
time,
I
sweetie.
have to.
Take your time.
Just this May, I had ovarian cancer surgery. I got a total hysterectomy. I lost my spleen. I had to get my bowel rerouted. Possible colostomy bag. Um, it was a 11, 12-hour surgery, and I had over 50 staples in my stomach, and I made it, and I'm still recovering from that right now. But before the surgery, a year or so before that, somewhat, I'm paraphrasing, a year or so before that, I started having pains. But like I said, I have a lot of other things going on with me. I didn't think cancer. I did go to the doctor. And the main thing is to have a doctor who listens. If you have a doctor who looks at your paperwork, sees all the other things going on with you, is, oh, she's in pain again. Oh, she's hurting again. She's complaining about this. Oh, she's complaining about that. Fast forward, I couldn't take this pain in my stomach anymore. My pain was so bad, and I'm like, I can't fit my clothes. I was already going through things for acid reflux, the Prilosec, the Zantac, and all that stuff. But what ended up working for me was Nexium. And to this day, I cannot eat without Nexium. The scleroderma is in my esophagus, uh, and it's actually systemic. So some people with scleroderma, sclero actually means hardening, and derma means skin. There are some people who have hardening of their facial skin, and you can see it on the outside. Mine is on the inside, and it affects my internal organs. So it was very hard to diagnose me. Um, what happened was I had pains in my stomach that was so horrific I couldn't take it anymore. So I went to the ER, and this he wasn't a doctor, but he came in and he said, "Well, you have stage 4 ovarian cancer, and there's nothing we can do for you." I looked at him like, "What?" And I only had a couple of bumps on my phone. So I called my mother and I called my caregiver, at the same time. And I said, "They're telling me I have stage 4 ovarian cancer and there's nothing they can do for me. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this one. The breast cancer was hard enough. And I don't know if I'm going to make it through this one, y'all." And they said, "Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are going to make it. You are. The devil was a liar. You are." And I changed every last doctor that I had. And I changed the doctor to where I was diagnosed. And ever since then, they treated me like gold, and they still do. Um, Stage 4 is something that is horrific to hear, because it's like 1 or 2 or 3, maybe they could catch something. But 4 in my mind meant it's over. That's it. You're going to die. And apparently that's not the case because I'm speaking with you. I went through a lot. I went through the chemo. Both chemos were through a port. And a port is where they take a piece of plastic and they put it in your chest. And they go through your jugular vein and they thread it through your jugular vein. And when they give you medicine or take your blood, they take a needle and they inject it in your chest. So that's what I have to go through for sometimes blood work and sometimes, and definitely for my chemo. Where I am at this point today is my surgery was in May. I'm still here. I thought I was going to have to go into independent living. I couldn't hold food. I couldn't hold liquid. I couldn't hold solid. But now, I'm doing very well. I did lose half of my body weight. I went from over 200 to 185 and under. And I'm trying to keep my body weight up. I'm doing very well right now. I'm still taking intravenous chemo because they said to me that you were speaking of the tests for the breast cancer, the BRCA gene. I carry that. Also, the gene where it is hereditary. I carry 3. I carry one from my mother's side, one from my father's side, and they did find another one that it's called the Lynch gene. And it seems like, wow, she sounds like a hypochondriac. Like she says she has everything. Believe me, I would rather just tell you that I woke up this morning and went on with my day. I don't want to tell you that all this is going on in my body, but it is. But what I do want to tell you is I have a God in my life, and he surrounds me and he covers me, and he guided me to some doctors that genuinely care. My doctors had my entire family and friends on speed dial when I got off that operating table. Everything that happened to me was related to my family blow by blow. So right now, my numbers go up, they go down. On my page, I share my journey, my breast cancer journey on my page. This time last year, I had a stroke and I didn't know that I had it. And one of my family members recognized the sign of stroke. And I went to the hospital, and I didn't realize why they wanted me to go to the hospital. I thought they were trying to put me away because I couldn't understand. what happens was my levels were starting to bottom out, and I had a stroke, and they couldn't pinpoint when, but they kept asking me, what's your name? Where do you live? What is this? What is that? And I couldn't understand why they kept saying that to me. But had I not went to the hospital that day, I would have died. So this is why I'm speaking today. I'm speaking today because I'm not waiting for God to arrive. He's here. He's always been here. And he's with me, and he's with you, however you believe. So I thought that the cancer was over. I thought I was done, because they had got everything during the surgery. What happened was there were microscopic pieces that they couldn't see during the surgery. So I had to go on a chemo pill. And my chemo pill was going to be for 2 years and possibly for the rest of my life because of my tests and because of my the genes. Well, what happened was the chemo pill wasn't strong enough. They gave it to me at half mass, and they didn't want to continue to give it to me. There was some intravenous treatments that they decided that they wanted to stop because it was depleting me too bad. One thing I can say is these are not doctors that try to make a name for themselves. These doctors are about their patients. And this is why I believe that this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to get to the end of the story right now. So I don't want to take up all your time, but I've been through a lot. Right now where I am is I'm still recovering from my surgery. My numbers has doubled. So they put me back on intravenous chemo, and they took me off the chemo pill. Sometimes the insurance does not pay for all those tests and those screens and those to see if you have that history or if you have that gene. The insurance doesn't always pay for it, and I had to fight for that. And I ended up doing it to the point where I have 2 living children, and they're able to get tested for free, for their children. So that was a blessing. But that's where I am now. I'm with the intravenous chemo. It's tiring, but I'm grateful. And if there's anything that I can say or do or help or console or comfort, I'll do the best that I possibly can. But right now I'm not cancer free. I thought I was after my surgery, but right now I'm not. But it's okay. I thank God for everything he's given me, and I thank him for everything he's taken away because I know he has something in store. Thank you.
Thank you for coming and sharing your story. Hold on, don't go
Yeah.
anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Let's back up and let Decop answer Cassandra. Hold on, Kristen. I'm gonna come back to you because I want you to answer Stomp Down's question. And then Teresa will get to you, sweetie, okay? All right.
I just need to breathe a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No, yeah. Cassandra says, decop. Every woman in my family needs to know about the BRCA2. I just heard about it from you this morning on Stomp Down's channel. We've already lost 3 family members from breast cancer.
Go ahead, Decop.
Yes, Cassandra. You also need to be tested to see if you have the genes. Yes, you do need to be tested to see it, because if you have lost 3 family members from it, you need to be tested. You need to be tested.
Definitely.
And stomp down. Yes, your numbers do go up and down with ovarian cancer. That's what the CA 125 is for. Your numbers will go up and it will go down. For it to be regular, I think it's between 0 and 35, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, ma'am.
Krista, do you know, is that correct? I think it's between 0 and 35 is normal.
And 35.
Yes, ma'am. To the best of my memory, that is true.
Yeah. So if it's anything above 35,
It's 35.
you
0 to
have
35.
okay. Then you have if it's above 35, then you have ovarian cancer. And then I mean B had at one time. I mean it could go way up. I mean like 3,500. It could go higher than that also. So yes, it could go up. It could go down. It could go up.
Mine went
When you're in
almost to 1,000.
Hmm.
yeah, when uh, when you're in remission, you could have it could be 16. It could be and you could be in you could be in remission. You know, so yeah, it could be. Anybody else have any questions? Did you see the B town?
I didn't see any. Did anybody have any before we go on to Teresa? That's the no. I think you got them. Crystal, don't go
Let me
anywhere.
see. Cassandra said a very heartbreaking story, Crystal. I
Very, yeah.
personally understand some of your grief. Congratulations on your survival.
When they
Okay.
do it,
Let's see. Another. Let's see. It's something I was gonna say about B. And I forgot. Yeah. So, Teresa. Teresa is. She's been. She's had ovarian cancer for a year and some months. So let Teresa tell her story.
no,
Unless did Crystal finish?
she needed a minute to get herself together.
Okay.
She wanted to breathe. Yeah.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Teresa.
Oh, Teresa, you want to tell your story?
Okay.
Just take your time.
First, I'd like to say hi. Hi, Miss B Town, D Cop, Crystal.
Hi, love.
Okay. This is all new to me. Okay, I'll just tell you a little brief story about myself. I've always said
One moment. Wait a minute, Teresa. Wait a minute, baby. Do you have
I've always said I would go out on disability because my
Teresa?
sister would she would
Teresa.
always say
There we
that
go.
she would
Okay.
she's gonna
Sound
work
like you
until
had another
retirement.
window or
So I'm
another
like,
device
sometimes you may
you
not
open.
live to see retirement.
Wait, let me.
So make a long story short, I do have a disability as to where I'm paralyzed in my right arm due from a car accident in 1983. And then I was in another car accident in 2018 as to where, come to find out, I had some aneurysms on my brain. So I'm like, had I not had that last accident, I wouldn't have known about it. Okay, so now to the ovarian cancer. Um, I said maybe around maybe 2 weeks ago before I was fully diagnosed with ovarian cancer was I had swelling on my stomach for about 2 weeks, and the week of the 20th, my feet started to swell. So I went to work that day. I told my boyfriend, I said, he said, you look like you're pregnant. I said, I'm going to the doctor and see what this is all about. So I got off work and I had a choice. I had two hospitals I could go to. I could go to Emory or I could go to Grady. But during that time, they wasn't letting any family members in to see. And I had a niece that worked down there at Grady, so I went to Grady. So when I got into the parking lot, it took me about an hour to get from my car into the emergency room because of shortness of breath, and I couldn't, I was just taking baby steps. So once I got there, they took my blood pressure and the lady took my heart. Well, my blood pressure. She told me what my blood pressure was and that my heart rate was so high. So she had to walk me into the she had to walk me into the emergency room. So what I did, I went to the clinic first. That's what happened. So I get there. So they running all kind of tests and stuff on me. They drew fluid from my stomach to get that tested. So later on that night, I'm thinking everything would be fine, that I would go home the next day. So they wake me up in the middle of the night around, I'm gonna say maybe around 3 o'clock, and they said it's cancer. So I'm like dumbfounded. So everything just running through my mind. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Then I'm starting to prepare for my death, if death came about. I'm starting to prepare for that. So then I called one of my coworkers and I told her, and she pulled me out of the state that I was in and got me on the right path. So once they got me up to the room and stuff, they came and explained to me about the cancer, and I asked them what number it was because I thought I was like number 3. They said it was number 4, so I said okay. So they explained to me what all I would have to, what all I would be going through as far as with the chemo. They told me if I did not take the chemo, I would die. So I'm like, okay, I'll do the chemo. So I'm just kind of going kind of fast because I try not to talk about it too much because sometimes I might get set back a little bit, and I try not to. Just kind of bear with me a little bit. So I'm just gonna stop right here for a minute.
I totally understand.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
James, welcome to the panel.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here. I'm on the
Okay.
road,
So
but I'm
they came
here.
the GYN. They came up to try to do what you call it they try to do a pap smear. So when they touched me in that area, I started hyperventilating. I started like my sap started dropping. So I'm telling them, I'm like, okay, the reason this is happening is because I still have this fluid on me. You all haven't taken it off yet. So it took them like maybe 2 days, 2 days to get that fluid off of me before they do a complete exam on me. And they took like about 9 liters off of me. But I'm kind of like all over the place. So just kind of bear with me. So I'm gonna take a quick breather right quick.
Your time. You can take a breather, sweetie.
Okay. And then after that, my I had surgery on January the 7th. I had a complete hysterectomy. Same things that happened with Crystal. They took my spleen. They took some of the lymph nodes out. Um, the doctor said when I went back, okay, when she came, wait, hold on, let me see. So when she came, after the surgery, after I got into recovery, the next day she came and she told me, she said everything that they took out of my body had cancer in it. So I was like, wow. So, but I didn't have that many staples that like Crystal said she had. She said she had like about 50. I didn't even have that many. They did invisible stitch on me, and they just put some type of dressing on it, and it wasn't draining, but I didn't get an infection in it or anything.
Bless your heart. Stay right here, Teresa. Don't leave it.
What was that again? Can y'all hear me?
I apologize. My sound went out temporarily. Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you.
Can y'all hear
Can you
that
hear me,
noise?
ladies?
I can hear you. Teresa,
Thank you.
can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. There's some type of
No,
interference. I'm not sure.
yeah. That's Teresa. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. There's a background noise. I'm trying to find out. Someone has some kind of background noise. Do you have another device?
My devices are
Like,
muted.
okay, Teresa, do you have another background? I mean, another
Nope.
device?
Nope.
Nothing.
My TV is down.
Okay. Okay.
Nope.
Did the noise come in when I came in, D-Cop? No,
No,
I can't hear
I
D-Cop.
think it was already.
Okay.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, I think it was. Okay, I think it was already. I think it was already in.
Yeah, because I heard it's like
Teresa.
that. I heard that when I came in.
Yeah, yeah. Teresa, mute yourself and let's see if it's you.
I'm
Okay, hold
also
on. Okay,
muted.
hold on. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's you. It's Teresa. It's you, Teresa. I don't know what it could be, but it's you.
Maybe if she goes out and then comes back in, it might clear it up. You know how StreamYard gets.
Okay.
Hey, Philip, I
Come
didn't
back
realize you were up here. How you doing?
How about now?
I'm good.
Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Teresa, it's you.
Okay, I'll mute myself.
No. Can you leave out and come back in?
I'm gonna mute.
But if you mute yourself, then you can't talk. But she muted herself now. Okay. Teresa, come back in.
Okay.
If you mute yourself, then you can't finish your story. Can you leave out and then come back in and see if it'll stop?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. B-Town, keep it up.
Okay.
See if she'll come back in. Hopefully it'll stop. B-Town, someone just keep kicking you out. Y'all keep talking. I can hear you. I'm coming back in. Okay, B-Town. Yeah, Krista, you definitely have a story that'll help somebody. Definitely.
Can I tell you honestly, I don't feel like I do sometimes because I've done my best to bring awareness as best I can. I've been trying my best to get the support, get the information. I've even streamed live as I've gotten my treatments, and the majority of that is for prosperity for my family and my children and my grandchildren. But I would like to bring awareness as best I can to this, especially the part about, you know, how people say, oh, well, what's going on? Oh, well, she got the sugar, or she got this, she got that. Let's have that conversation. Let's talk about what happened. How did grandma pass? How did grandpa pass? You know, what were their names? Can we look something up? Can we find something? Had I known that it was that type of history, I would have passed it on. But in my case, before my father's sister passed, I started talking to her about different symptoms that I've had and the different um times. Like, I was a very vibrant person, you know. I loved computers. I mean, my job entailed computers. I was second in command in a call center. You know, I was thriving, and just one day I just woke up and I couldn't walk, and I didn't understand why I couldn't walk. You know, bruises all over my body. What's going on? And I didn't understand that. And they just kept sending me from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor. And come to find out, that was where the scleroderma had came in. And I had never heard of it, but it mimics lupus.
Mm.
So autoimmune disease are not easily detected. And when they started testing me, they started finding other things, and I'm like, wow, I don't even want to go to the doctor. I see why people don't want to go to the doctor. Oh my God. Every time you go is something else. And it's almost like when you come back in the door, well, what did the doctor say? Here's something else they told me. Here's something else they told me. But it's the truth. I have to tell you what the doctors told me. You have to listen to what I'm saying. I'm not going to be here forever. And I'm trying to love you the best way I can by giving you as much information as I can. Um, Even I really don't care for social media. I haven't even been on social media a full 5 or 6 years, if you really want to know the truth. I don't care for it. But when I think about it, my children and my grandchildren can go back and they can see Nana. They can hear me. I can talk to them. I can let them know what I've been through. They can see what I've been through. Maybe I can take away some fear for them. Maybe I can give them some courage, or guide them in the right direction. These conversations have to be had. This is the kitchen table talk. This is the real kitchen table talk. This is the way we really love our loved ones, by telling them the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. James, you next, since Teresa haven't came.
Okay. I'll really quickly because I told you I'm on the road, but
Mhm.
my message is is it always has been. My message is the message of early detection. It's just, there's a lot of fear attached, and I definitely understand that, especially when you don't know, because there was no history of cancer in my family. The last person that had a bout with cancer in my family before me was actually an aunt, which is my grandmother's sister, and she passed when I was like 7 or 8 years old. So we don't have, we've not had to deal with it. So there was a lot of fear and, you know, fear of the unknown, fear of the doctor, that thing. So that's always been my message. When I went in, everything happened so fast, you know. Had I not got there when I did, I wouldn't be here. I had a little lump over by my jaw on my right side, and I'm like, this is weird. Of course, I noticed it because it was
You there,
close to my
James?
face. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you came back in.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I found a little lump like over by my jaw on my right side, and I went right away because, of course, it was up by my face, so I noticed it. Um, I went on the 5th of July to check everything out, and by the 28th of July, I was in chemo. So it went really, really quickly. Um, and that's it. It's really cut and dry with me. Had I not got there when I did, I wouldn't have got there. I wouldn't have got there. My chemo, if y'all can remember, I was on the machine 96 hours. Yeah, my chemo was a 96-hour thing. So I would go in the hospital on a Tuesday and I stay until Sunday. I go home for 21 days and I repeat. And that went on for like 5 months or so. So again, that's it. Like I said, cut and dry. My message is early detection. I know it's scary, but you have to check it out. You have to go and check it out. It can save your life. And most times, you know, you need to do it. You need to do it. When something's not right, your body tells you. Your body tells you something's not going on correct. That's the way it's
Right.
wired.
Right.
and it's your job to listen.
Is there anything that you have to say directly to men that you think that they feel like they should take or look, uh, well, you know how with things with different than maybe from a female that they should look for?
Um, well, we definitely I didn't experience anything in the groin area, but
Uh-huh.
men have a lot of issues with prostate cancer and stuff. So I would
Right.
say definitely you need to be like you all have to self-examine your breasts all the time and stay on top of it. Men
Right.
need to definitely pay attention to your groin area. You need to pay attention to it, not only when it's trying to make you happy, but you need to pay attention to what's going on down there. Does it look the same as it always look? Is there discoloration? Is there? You have to check it. You have to
Right.
check
Right. And James went through and now listen at him. Wow.
it.
God is good. There's
Yes, he
nothing wrong
is.
with that voice now, believe me.
No, yeah, and they did. My the doctor said he kept telling. I can't promise you that your voice is going to come back because of where the lymphoma was, and it was
Right.
like right there, and the swelling was pressing against my vocal cords. Is what was the issue. And he was like, I can't, I don't know that it'll come. I was like, Child, I ain't worry about you. You do what you do. I got somebody else for this. And I was
Oh,
never worried.
exactly.
I was never worried.
Exactly.
I've always ran my mouth. That's what I do. That's part of me being here. So I knew
Right.
if I stayed, it would stay. I wasn't worried about it. I really wasn't.
Right.
That was one thing I was not worried about. And like I said, as soon as I was done with treatment, I started with a vocal coach, and yeah, and it came right on back to me.
Good. To God be the glory.
I said that just like I could sing or something, right? No. It's just I have to be able to
But you got your
talk.
talent though. Now you do have your talent, so you do need your voice. You need your voice, just as a singer does. All right, D Cup. Was there anybody else you skipped over in the chat before we'll give it back to you or Teresa or Crystal? Teresa said she was coming back on her laptop because her phone, for some reason when
Okay.
Teresa's coming in, it's kicking me out and you're getting all that noise in the background. So
Did anybody else in the chat want to come up?
y'all want me to drop the link?
Yeah, in case anybody else want to come up. I know there was some other people in some down chat that may have had cancer or had information that may have been a nurse or something.
Did Vivian? Where did Vivian go? Is she still in
I
here?
don't know. No, I don't think was Vivian in here.
Yeah, she was in here when we first started. Mm-hmm.
Oh, was she? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was in here. Well, Teresa threw me out when she came in. I got it down there if anybody else want to come up. Cassandra said, James, I was in your clouds when you went through your experience. You are a walking miracle. So happy you're doing well. Congratulations on your survival.
Thank you so much. I
And
really do
his
appreciate it.
videos are
There was a
there. If
lot
y'all
of
anybody that does not know or wasn't there to see him, go back and look at his videos. They're all there. And it is amazing. It is amazing.
yeah, my interaction with my YouTube played a large part in my recovery and my coping. Um, because again, like I said, my family, child, they could do is just say, "Oh, well, okay," and kind of listen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My family's just my family, but I had like a
Right.
whole extended family. My
Yeah, me
YouTube
too.
family did really play a large part of that, and I really do appreciate all of my folks that were around, and even the people who come in later and watch those videos because I get messages and stuff all the time. People watch those videos or find those videos and they find something or they take something away from that. So I really do appreciate all those who poured into me at that time and here present.
Well, I'm glad they have you around. You was here when I got here, so I was glad to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. D Cop, I'm gonna give it back to you.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I could think. Yeah. With these ovarian cancer, we started out here in Dallas with the doctors here. Um, we didn't have a good experience with the doctors here in Dallas because when she had, I think she had one surgery here, and that was when they thought her bowel had had a tear in it, and that was really bad. She was real sick. We thought that she was going to die from that. Um, she had to have a surgery, and once they went in to, they thought they was going to have a surgery. Went in, and they found out it wasn't torn; that it was just twisted, and they was able to untwist it. And after that, before the surgery, that doctor basically was like, just told us, just basically go home and die, you know. And we was upset about that, that she said that. And so we just basically went, her sister worked in San Antonio at Brooke Army Medical, the military hospital. And we basically left, and we moved her to Brooke Army Medical. And those doctors there were excellent, excellent. Um, and so we started going there. We just took her from here and moved her there, and she started going there. She got a chemo there. Um, and they, even when this doctor said that she wasn't able to get a hysterectomy, that it was too late because she was stage 4 ovarian cancer. That doctor said, nah, that's not true. I can do it. And he did the surgery. He gave her a hysterectomy. And sometime after that, she went in remission, stayed in remission about a year and 6 months. And she was doing fine. She trimmed down. She was in good health. We traveled. We did all sorts of things. It was good. And, you're not going to, stay in remission forever. But it was good. And she stayed with those doctors. Those doctors at Brooke Army Medical were excellent doctors. But we had to get away from the doctors here. But you have to get second opinions, and even sometimes you have to switch doctors. And so if it happened to be, you have to look for different doctors. So yeah, Teresa is back. So Teresa, you think you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And so real quick, when I started. Okay, so after my surgery and everything, I started my chemo and everything. So my doctor, she had me to do a genetic testing, and I have that PAL-B2 mutation, and which causes pancreatic cancer and breast. So I did those. I had those seen about last month, because around that same time I had my PET scan. So she checked my pancreatic, so everything was normal there. And I did my breast exam, mammogram, and everything came back normal with that. So I have to do that like every 6 months now, because they said like up until the age of 80 years old, I have to keep myself checked like every 6 months with that. So, and I went to go see the genetic doctor, and she said it's possible that it came from my dad's side, because his side of the family had a lot of cancer rates. And that genetic testing, that is very important. So I had to get those test results to my sisters, and so they can get those tests done as well as their children. And that's very important to have done. And
Okay.
another thing, let me get back to the chemo part. I was like on 3 different chemo I think it was the carbatone or something like that. The carbatin. I can't say the word, but anyway, that caused me to have a lot of neuropathy, as to where it was turning my fingernails dark and my fingertips and both my hips. It had neuropathy real bad, as well as my toes. And she changed me from that chemo to another one, which I forget the name of the second one I was on. But that one wasn't working. So the one they got me on now is Avastin and Doxil. So the only thing with this one, the Doxil, it changes your skin. As where my feet, they're real dark, and on the inside of my hands, they're real dark. So, and my skin is constantly dry. So I just make sure I keep enough Vaseline on them to keep them moisturized. And I think that's about it that I want to share so far. But if anything come back, I'll say it. And just forgive me because I'm kind of nervous. So it's my first time on stream, y'all. So just kind of forgive me.
Just take your time. Like we sitting around in the living room on New Year's Eve, and we just sitting around eating and talking. No need to be nervous. No need to be nervous.
Okay.
Kitty had a question for you.
The next time I come on, I think I have it down pat.
Is weight a factor, or anyone on the panel that can answer it? Is weight a factor in ovarian cancer? Does anyone know?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think weight is a factor?
Because I even asked about the CA25, and my palliative doctor said it doesn't matter about how many I guess the numbers with this 125. She said it doesn't matter.
But wait,
so
but didn't you say that was one of the things that led y'all down that road? That B's stomach looked like she was pregnant. It was sore to touch. We can't hear you, D-Cop. You're on mute, D-Cop.
Oh, okay. Now say it again.
Okay, yeah, repeat it now. They were asking if weight was a factor in ovarian cancer. Didn't I hear you say that B looked like she was pregnant and her stomach was sore to touch?
Well, it was because of the fluid that had built up in her stomach.
Was that before she started treatments or after treatments?
Well, it was because of the ovarian cancer.
Okay. So weight can be a factor. Okay.
Well, no. It's not because of weight. It has nothing to do with your weight.
Gain weight. That's what you're saying. Okay.
No.
It was because of the acidities. The acidity, that's the plus name of the fluid, the acidities, because I had that.
Yeah. Okay. There's a fluid that builds up in your stomach, and they have to draw the fluid out of your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only. It has nothing to do with your weight.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did they help any, Tipsy Kitty?
Yeah. So it has. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with your weight. Your normal weight.
Question, D-Cop. Did B have to? Did she come home? Did you all have to draw fluid off of her when she came home?
No. They just did it at the hospital.
Okay. I did that. I came home. I had to do that before I had my surgery. There was
you did it at home?
Yeah, my sister would come in. She would come in. She would pull like 2 or 3 liters off of me. I didn't have to do it, but I didn't have to do it about 3 times. That's only 3 times I had to do it.
Oh no! No, they did it as one of the surgery procedures.
Okay.
No, I couldn't have done that.
Oh, it was easy.
Oh, really?
It was very easy because the hospital, they put the plug in your skin, up under the skin, up under the rib cage, and of course you can't let it get get an infection in it, but we kept it clean. It was very easy to do.
Oh, okay.
I was getting ready. Oh, I thought okay. The plug here to pull it off. Wow.
And she had one of the ports too, where they put it
in
under
your
the
chest.
skin.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
got that too. I got that too, and it gave me arthritis. I can hardly lift my left arm.
Oh Lord, I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
My sister went
Hey, you
through.
guys, I'm gonna have to drop off. I'm actually
Okay.
at my
Oh, okay.
location. I gotta go. I have a meeting, but thank you all for having me, and definitely keep the conversation going because I'm going to log back in the replay and finish listening
Okay.
Okay.
when I'm
Thank you,
done.
All right.
So
James, so
Be
much.
blessed, treasurer.
Great. Thank you.
absolutely, and
All
happy
right.
New Year to you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Same
you,
Oh,
to
yeah.
Philip.
you.
I appreciate you coming.
Absolutely. Mwah.
All right.
Talk to you
Mwah.
guys
Mwah.
later.
Now,
He's
Okay,
been
so
be
he's
also.
been very inspirational to me through a lot of things. I was able to ask him questions about stuff that I didn't understand, and he's one of those people that privately let me know you can do it, you can do it. Don't receive that, don't receive it. You're going to be fine. Go ahead, and just very inspirational on that aspect, and I appreciate him for that.
B
Because I know.
also
Go ahead.
B also had to have a I don't know what do you call it, but I just call it what we call it, a urine bag. She had to end up having a urine bag.
Wow.
One,
Holy bag.
it-
I
yeah,
understand.
Holy
uh,
bag.
one of her kidneys, one of her kidneys wasn't working.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I know
One of her kidneys.
when I got to the hospital, my doctor told me, she said, Teresa, she said you had like 40% of cancer in your body,
Oh,
and that was a lot. That was a lot because my it was 120. My 125 was like 40,000 something. So,
oh,
but now it's down to 815. So she
you're a
said
miracle.
it goes up and down, and she said the chemo that I'm on, she said it's controlling it. And plus, I had a tumor behind when she did the PET scan. She said I had a tumor behind my kidney. It was the size of a grapefruit. She said now it's down to a size of a nickel. So she said the chemo is working, and that it's just going to control it. Mhm.
Hey, boss lady.
Hey, boss lady. Thank you for coming. Hey, James.
Hey,
Happy
boss
New Year
lady.
to everybody. Hey.
Let's
Okay,
see
Gloria
what.
Miller.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
She says vitamin B17 keeps melanated cells within tumorous growth. Only 5% to 10% of the bump or lump is cancerous. Take pancreatic enzymes, zinc, B17, and each be still. Okay, and each barley wheat grass abound in B17.
Wow. Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
Excuse me, I have a telephone call.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay, Doc. Okay. My thing is, okay, along with all of this, mentally, where are you ladies? Crystal and Teresa. Because I know you're dealing with the holidays.
But, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. My spiritual path, that is great. There's sometimes I might get set back a little bit. That's why decop is taking me a minute to get to some of your videos, but I did watch a little bit today, and I will finish it today. But I just try not to
oh yeah.
get set back, and I try not to think about it because I look at it this way now. I say it's no different than any other illness. Like if you're diabetic, people have diabetes, and I just have to treat it like that. I just do what I'm supposed to do, and only thing I'm kind of guilty of is sweets. That's kind of hard for
Yeah,
me. I'm trying
yeah,
to cut
yeah,
back on it, and that is very hard.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Wow.
yeah. And the sweets is definitely not good for you.
I know that's what my doctor tells me. She tells me that,
Hmm.
and I do
Yeah.
let her know. I cheated a little bit.
And the sweets causes what? Flare ups or?
The cancer feed off of it. It feeds
Feeds
off
off of it.
sugar.
Oh,
It
okay.
feeds off sugar, salt, all that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you should eat green the vegetables, green
I
vegetables.
do that. I do that.
Okay. Leafy,
Yep.
or leafy green vegetables?
Leafy green vegetables. Yeah.
Okay. Gloria, would you like to join us up here? She's giving us a lot of good information.
And then what kind of medicine did what kind of medicine did B take? Like, because I take B12 and folic acid. That's what my doctors prescribed for me to take.
B took all kind. I mean, people, older people was telling her different stuff to take, natural stuff, and whatever they would tell her that she needed to try, she tried everything,
Wow.
different stuff. And I still have. I haven't had the heart to throw out, medication. I still have some of her medications.
Wow. Okay.
In the bathroom. Still her clothes. Some of her clothes still in the closet. I haven't had the heart after 7 years to throw it out yet. Give them away. But I still have in there some juices that she took. She would take us. What is it? Some sambuca teas.
Okay.
She would drink those.
Wow.
Sambuca teas. Yeah, she did a lot of stuff like that.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So, but mostly she would eat the green leafy vegetables.
Right.
Meat, she wouldn't. She didn't eat meat. She stopped eating meat.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she was upset because for her kidney to stop working. The doctor in Dallas couldn't understand how her kidney how her kidney just stopped working without the doctor knowing. I mean, your kidney just don't stop working without the doctor knowing.
Right. That's true.
And then she ended up having to have a bag.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was awful, but she got used to it, and she was able to wear it where you didn't know she had it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Once I had my surgery, my doctor told me, she said it's a possibility that I might have to have one, but I didn't have to have one, so thank God for that.
Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Okay, are there any more questions? Crystal, anything else you want to share with us? I learned a lot today.
Mm-hmm.
Gloria says B17 is known as a lateral when synthesized from apricot hips. Mm-hmm. Okay. She know a lot.
I know. Come on up here, Gloria.
You better check it out, Lisa.
She shared a lot of good information.
Yeah.
You all right over there, Crystal?
I think she said she was. Did she say she had a phone call?
Oh yeah, somebody said they had a phone call.
Yeah, Crystal had a phone call. Yeah.
Okay, boss lady, thank you. She said she'll catch the replay.
Mm-hmm.
Get that.
Okay.
Anybody in the chat? Any questions?
I wanted to see if Crystal had anything else to say before we left.
And for
she
I do read stories. These book. These are stories from women. In each one of these books, there's 20 women that are ovarian cancer survivors. Well,
okay.
They're not all survivors. Some of them did pass away, have passed away. My wife did pass away. They tell their stories of before they were diagnosed, and then after and during. They tell their stories. Some of them are funny, some of them are not so funny. But I do read 2 or 3 stories at a time. So if you're interested, some people can't stomach the stories. Some of them you know, I do break down sometimes.
Okay.
When I read them. So that's why I say some people can't take it. So if you can, if you can't, if you have to leave, sometimes, come by and check them out.
Okay. And where you get those books from?
When we had the support group, ovarian cancer support group here in Dallas, at Baylor Hospital, they wrote their stories and they wrote these books, published these books. I did call the hospital and
Thank you.
They published these books, and they said they no longer write the books anymore.
Okay.
So these are the only two books. We had a whole box of them, and I just passed them out. When I see women, I pass them out to different women I see, and I don't have any more of them.
Okay.
I wish I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Decop, you're about that, because I was hoping that somebody would talk on ovarian cancer. Then I just happened to be strolling through the videos and I saw yours, and I did comment on it, but I deleted the comment because I was in my feelings again.
Oh, believe me, I do understand, because when I first started reading out these books, I've had acquired a few women that would be listening from the bushes, and they would comment under under my videos, or someone would drop in and they would say they were diagnosed, or their mother, or or they have had some of the symptoms, or they was going to go to the doctor and ask for the test, or just something, and some of them came back and said, I went to the doctor and I'm okay, or just but it has helped quite a few women. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So I'm glad I started reading from it.
Right.
I would pick out your story time. Thank you, boss lady. I appreciate it. U.S. cancer addiction rate, the year 19%, 20%, 27, 39, 20, 50%. Okay. Is she Gloria, are you an oncologist, doctor, or a nurse? Gloria, she sounds like she may be an oncologist, nurse, or doctor.
Wow.
50%. I wonder, are they still misdiagnosing ovarian cancer? Is it helpful to take B17 after you are diagnosed, or only before? It's probably before. Probably before, huh?
I would think before.
Yeah, I would think before. Let's see what she upset. Well, B-Town, highlight that one. Let's see. She said, in 52, chemist Ernest Krebs proposed that cancer was a deficiency disease. He identified the substance as part of the nitroside group, specifically, whatever the word is, vitamin B17. That's a little above my head. Okay.
I was looking for Gloria's link. That's what I was doing. That's why I got quiet, but I can't find it.
You was looking for what?
The link.
It kind of was brought to my attention,
chat, but I can't find her page, her channel.
It was kind of brought to my attention that it's important when you're being treated with the
Crystal, she's just
chemo
Crystal
and
asking.
oh, I apologize. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I did
I
it.
see. I hear someone speaking. I don't want to be rude.
But
Oh no, go
Lord
ahead.
Blake, I mean, no,
Go
Lord
ahead.
Blake.
Go ahead.
We go ahead. Go ahead. Who was talking?
Okay. When I had started talking with my doctors when I first got diagnosed, I used to take a lot of supplements, and there were supplements that I didn't think was a problem, and it had gotten me to the point after that particular visit that everything I put into my body, I tell my doctor. Um, Even to the point where, well, at one point, you know, we're all mature adults. Sex was not an issue for me at all because that was really the last thing that was on my mind. But should that ever happen, that was a condom situation, period. There was no discussion with that. Even if it was a partner that was there for quite some time, you know, everything was very cautionary for me. Um, I used to take cranberry extract to keep my urinary tract together, and the black seed, and all the different types of supplements that I would take, the B12s, the calcium, and all those. Well, I say that to say that when I told them I was taking turmeric and I put that in my food, um, she told me to stop taking turmeric.
Yeah.
She never told me why, but she told me to stop taking turmeric immediately. She told me to stop taking cranberry extract immediately. Uh, Continue, if it's not a problem with my partner, you know, to use a condom every single time, you know, because if anything, if there was anything that was to happen, what they're tracking, what they're looking for, what they're testing for, if anything, a pH balance or anything is to go off, they will know where to start.
Right.
And I never really thought about it like that because, like you say, you know, this is something that I've been doing, you know. I trust this person. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on here, you know. So you just live your life. But I never really thought that if anything was to, you know, happen outside to my body for to enter inside of my body in any shape, form, or fashion, I would need to be very mindful of that. So if anything was to happen, because you take with the chemo, the one thing about chemotherapy is that it kills everything. It doesn't know just to do the cancer. You know, a lot of things like my fingernails turn black, my toenails turn black, my skin turned black. I lost my hair. Um, my bones got brittle, you know, your teeth get brittle. It's a lot of things, and it's hard to talk about in certain places with certain people because everything turns out to be a joke or a read or a drag, and it was hard to express myself. And when I found a place, and when I found, you know, well, I never had to find my family because I've always had a supportive, loving family. But when I found a place besides that to express myself and to talk about that, you know, it made it easier for me. You know, you do kind of feel like a burden. I know I did at one point. I did kind of feel like a burden. My family never made me feel that way, but it's like you're hurting again, or we're going out, or we're doing this, we're doing that, and I'm saying, well, this is what's going to have to happen. This is how you're going to have to love me because I'm going to have to treat you how to love me. You're going to have to love me over the phone. You're going to have to, you know, call me and see how I'm feeling. You know, maybe we get together, watch a movie or something like that. I can't keep up with you guys. I'll never stop loving you. I just can't keep up with you. And once I made that point, they said the fact that you even had to say that was heartbreaking So that just made them stop in their tracks and realize that we're so used to her bouncing back from things that's bothering her. She's not bouncing back. She's going to need some downtime. She's going to need some love. She's going to need some care. You know, she may need help to go and to the bathroom, or she can't wash her back. You know, things like that, you know, are very, as an adult, as a
Wait,
woman, as
Crystal,
someone.
Crystal.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me 1 minute. Teresa, can you mute baby?
Okay, yeah, definitely. That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, baby.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you
Yeah, go
fine.
ahead.
Her background noise, I couldn't hear you. Okay, go ahead.
All right. As an adult, as a woman, as someone who has raised children and things like that, you know, it's like, for now, someone has to help me do these things. You know, at one point it was humiliating. It was humiliating. It's like, it's right there. I can get up and get it. It's right there. And it's like, you go to lift and you can't lift. And they also talked about using Claritin for bone pain. Bone pain was something that I experienced. I don't know if anyone else experienced that, but I experienced the bone pain where the pain went down so deep it went into your bone, past your bone. So, yeah, I did feel like at one point, you know,
My
out
God.
of love, not even out of she's getting on our nerves. Out of love, we don't know how to love her. We need to find a way to for her to be taken care of 24 hours a day. And at one time I wasn't allowed to be alone. I had to have someone here 24 hours a day. Thank God I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I'm not in here with anyone. I'm making my dinner. You know, I'm going to get some laundry done. You know, I pace myself. You know, it gets better, but the process still continues. And the main reason why I wanted to come up here is to say that, you know, there's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs. You know, you're going to find out, and I hate to say it this way, who the weeds are, because I know that I'm a rose. My mother planted a rose. My father planted a rose. And if I start to feel like anything around the root of me is starting to choke my growth, I have to get rid of it. And even if I can't get rid of it through my prayers, the Lord will get rid of what is going to stop my growth. So I had to do a lot of weeding this year. So I feel like I'm blooming now. I feel like I'm coming into my own, and I'm feeling stronger, and I'm speaking out more. And I just want to encourage anyone, maybe someone who just got diagnosed or someone who's been through it, and maybe you just want to put it behind you because you don't want to talk about it anymore. Please, we still need you. We still need you to talk about that. Maybe something that you went through or something that I went through could help the next sister, you know, with ovarian cancer or caring for someone with ovarian cancer.
Everybody, please look at this uh, right here. Scripture stresses the importance of consuming seeds. Give us this day our daily bread. Was written at a time when bread contained whole raw seeds. Seeds abounding in cancer, killing. Oh my God. You know what?
Amen.
Wow. Wow. This has been a learning session today.
And
Now, I
boss
want
lady
you
said,
to go
go
back
ahead.
that last book that
I
she
thank her
said to
so much for
research
that. I thank her so much for that.
right
That
here.
was
To
powerful.
research right here.
That was really powerful.
Yes. The Mediterranean area disease of cancer. Hold on, I'm writing this down, y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna
Doctor,
read. I'm gonna read. Boss lady.
go ahead.
Boss,
Go ahead.
boss
I'm
lady say
writing this stuff
prayers
down.
for all you ladies. My dad had a different cancer, but any information is good information.
Yep.
Is that my
Thank you,
pen?
boss lady.
Caleb Cribs Jr. Go ahead, Crystal. Keep talking, baby. I'm writing this stuff down. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sleeping.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, if love could be enough, none of this would be happening to anybody. If I could just love you enough and it goes away, I wish I could do that. But it's going to take research. It's going to take research. It's going to take conversation. It's going to take honesty. It's going to take someone saying, you know what? I'm not worried about what anybody has to say about what I'm doing right now. You know, this is very important. This is extremely important. And my fight continues. My fight continues. I thought I would be done by now, but my fight continues. And like I said, if there's anything I could possibly say or do, I can't quite quote off all of the information and medicines and things like that. I do the best that I can with that, but
Right.
from my heart.
Bless your heart.
Say,
Bless your heart.
I have I've told for the people that has been in my chat, and I have told my entire story of B's fight, her entire fight, because B passed at home. I've told the story of the death rattle. I've told the story of her spirit leaving her body when we was taking her shower. Her spirit left, where she stopped talking, stopped eating. She no longer walked, talked, none of that. And where I asked her, I told her to don't hang on for me, to go ahead and leave, go with God, because I know she was trying to hang on for me. And then I asked her, are you leaving? And a tear rolled from my eye. I read Psalms to her. And I was in the bed with a hole in her. And she died in my arms. I cleaned her. I wiped her behind. I did all that. So I told all that. And so if you can't stomach that, you may want not look at it. But it's there. It's there. But she fought a good fight.
Wow.
And y'all have to fight a good fight. You got to fight that fight. And y'all fighting a good fight. And keep fighting that good fight.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep fighting that good fight.
So, Decop, did she ever make it into maintenance therapy?
Say that again.
Did she make it into?
All our heroes in my eyes in your own little way.
Did she make? Did B make it?
Sister to breast cancer, so I'm familiar with the fight. But when you think your story is worse, you always hear one a little bit worse.
Okay, Decop, did B make it into maintenance therapy?
What do you mean maintenance therapy?
I guess that's when they give you the pill.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
that's what my
I
doctor was trying to get.
I don't think they had the pill. They didn't have.
Okay.
They didn't have the pill at the time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
because I think it was shortly before when she passed away. It was probably, I think it probably like a year is when I started seeing on TV where they had the pills.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just came off the pill.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I just came off the pill. Like I said, some of the treatment was depleting me too fast, and they stopped it. Um, like one of the main thing I like about my doctors is that they cater to their patient. My doctors are in Pennsylvania, and a lot of their hospitals are teaching hospitals. And the pill, I actually have it. The pill that I was on was called Zejula. It's spelled Z as in zebra, EJULA. And I was on 100 milligrams, and the side effects were minimal for me, but I did have some. But I was like, okay, I can do this. They gave that to me like right after the surgery, and they took my blood every week to make sure everything was good. I had to take liquid potassium and magnesium, magnesium pills, because those were the things that were depleting me quickly. And I had to get quite a few blood transfusions. Actually, when I was on camera getting my one of my chemo treatments, talking to my subscribers, I was waiting for a blood transfusion at that time. So the chemo pill was something that I was prescribed to be on for 2 years. But like I said, they only gave it to me at half mast because they wanted to make sure I could tolerate it. Well, after the cycle of chemo pills, my numbers had doubled. And I'm thinking, I thought I was getting better. I'm getting worse. So that wasn't the case. I could take the chemo pill on up to 200 milligrams, but they said, no, we're not going to increase it. We're just going to take her completely off, and we're going to put her back on the IV chemo, which I was celebrating not having to do that anymore. But I had to accept that I had to go back on the IV chemo, which I go back on next week. So yeah, the pill is available. They have quite a few available, but that one did not work for me, and they're not saying that they're going to X out a chemo pill for me altogether, because like I told you, when I went and got those tests done, the PETs, the sonograms, and all those tests you were talking about, Decop, a lot of them I took, and unfortunately a lot of them were very telling, but I'm glad that they were telling, because that's how they can help me. All the other tests were not the correct tests, and they weren't looking for the specific things. I don't think the chemo pill is a bad thing. I just think that if that is for me, hopefully they'll find what works for me, and I'll just go ahead and do what it is they recommend. But the chemo pill didn't used to be as easy as the one I took, because when my little 15-year-old nephew, when he had to take them, they were like huge horse pills. And I think he had to take like 3 of them so many times a day. It's like that poor baby, his body just tolerated as much as it could tolerate. And the Lord just told him to come on home, So this chemo pill was a capsule, and it was maybe twice as big as a Tylenol maybe capsule. And, it was it was easy to swallow, but it just at this particular time it's just not my course of treatment.
Uh, B-Town, would you highlight
I'm
Yvonne?
like, who, baby?
Yvonne Bristol.
Yvonne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to overlook it about it.
No, she said, I appreciate all of you because I go in for my MRI on January
MRI.
5th, and I always get nervous. I prayed and asked for strength and guidance. I was watching Stump Down, and here I am. Yvonne, you take an MRI. Is it for? Well, I hate to ask why. I hate to ask why. Well, I'm not going to ask why, but I don't want to be nosy. Well, I'm not going to ask why. Okay. Well, we'll be praying for you. We'll definitely be praying for you. Okay.
Okay, so Teresa said that's how they found her cancer was through MRI. I was going to say it's certain. Wouldn't that be the one like for?
Huh?
She said Teresa says that that's how her cancer was found through MRI.
What MRI?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
She says she says I have to take one once a year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Coretta Scott King went to Mexico for
You missed that.
treatments in her fourth stage of cancer. It was too late. Wow.
Wow. You're right, boss lady. I've learned a lot today. A lot.
For breast. Oh, okay. Yvonne say for breast cancer. Oh, okay. Oh,
My prayers
okay.
are with you, love.
That's how they find it. Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes, prayers going up. Definitely.
And a lot of times with breast cancer, you feel a lump, and me myself, I do not, to this day, I do not know how to self-exam. I tried it, I just don't know how. And I even had my caregiver try to show me, and I just don't know how to self-exam. So when I skipped that mammogram that year, God covered me so close and so tight, because how was I supposed to say, family, I could have gotten help and I didn't have to be here on this bed like this saying goodbye to you, but I had other things to do. You have to make it a priority. I had to become the most important person in my life. I had to. I have to do selfish things. And I'm a giver.
Yvonne, I'm sure that's perfect. That's normal. I just couldn't see why it wouldn't be.
Yes.
It has to be normal.
Yes. And
hi, Sheila.
when
Welcome in, sweetie.
hi, Sheila. When it comes to tests, it's like, oh no, a test, not a test. Oh God, you're gonna find something. Oh no, this, that, and the other thing. Please get the test. Please get it. That way you don't have to wonder. That way you don't have to guess. And a support group or someone to hold your hand, or maybe your church or however you worship, or your partner or your family, someone to stick close to you. These answers are not always easy to hear. I don't ever remember any of those answers that were easy to hear. And still to this day, even when I know that I have to go and get my treatment next week, I still get butterflies. I there's no mystery as to what's going to happen to me. They're going to walk me in the room. They're going to ask me, how are you doing, Miss King? Would you like something to drink? And I just have to say this, because I do have someone who cares for me. Um, Boss Lady has been on the phone with me when they're asking me, are you okay? Do you need something to drink? Are you in pain? Is there anything we can do for you? Can we make you comfortable? And they make sure that you're okay as best as they can. And I believe that you're going to be okay. I do. I believe you're going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish that I could be there with you physically, but I will be there with you in spirit. And I had to get medicine to calm me down because I would just totally freak out when it came time to go to the doctor. And I'm just going to say that. Maybe it'll help someone. I would freak out. Is this the day that they're going to tell me there's nothing else they can do for me? No, that day didn't come. They said, okay,
And,
then we'll try this. And one thing about my doctors is that they say, okay, well, that didn't work out so well, huh? Well, then we'll try this. And I'm saying, how do they know? It's like they have already mapped it out from A to J. If this doesn't, we're going to try this. If this doesn't, we're going to try that. They have meetings. They have teams. I have a team of doctors that work with me. They genuinely want me to get well. And love, I believe that whoever is treating you, I believe that they genuinely want you to get well. And if you get real nervous and it's hard for you to be still, be honest with them about that. They'll help you with that so that you can be still and they can get an accurate reading on what they need so that they can help you. Okay?
I get nervous because when I first started getting mine, I would go to the mobile. I was able to go to the mobile one, and then this one particular time they sent me to the building, and I'm thinking, why do I have to go to the building now? And I was like worried, why do I have to go to the building? And so I was, they didn't tell me, but I was thinking to myself, why do I have to go to the building now? Um, and then because I work out, because I'm muscleified in my breast. So I'm sitting there and I'm like praying, dear Lord, please to make it up. Please. I I'm just going crazy in my mind, saying, praying, Lord, please. I can't have no love. Please, please, please. And so I'm sitting there, and after the guy finished, and he's looking at it, and he was like, "Okay, everything is good." And I almost cried after he told me that everything was okay. And I'm thinking, why did they make me? Why did they send me here? Had me all night long thinking that something was wrong, and could have just told me that it was just because I work out, that I'm muscleified in my chest, and that was it. But yeah, Yvonne, hopefully, it's nothing. That's probably what it is. It could be just nothing. Like you said, you might have been turned, wrong, or whatever. Just hopefully that's all it is. Like it was with me. All the other times I was able to go to the mobile van, and this one particular time because I probably worked out more, and they sent me to the building. So I'm going to pray for you that's what it is, and we'll all pray for you. That's all that it is. Yeah.
And also, have you ever heard
I think we
people
should start a
say,
support group. Hey,
have you
Mr.
ever
Carruthers,
heard
welcome
people,
in.
Hey, Mr. Carruthers.
hi, Mr. William,
I
have
think we
you
should
ever
start a
heard
support.
people say that they have, I get like ulcers in my mouth and I'm trying to speak and it's a little difficult for me and it sounds like I'm slurring, but I'm not.
Okay.
Um,
I had
And
to be able to.
S's are kind of hard for me to say. But have you ever heard, or C's, have you ever heard of anyone say that your breasts are very cysty? Like you
Yes,
have a lot of
I have.
cysts in your breasts?
Yes, I
Well,
have.
ever since I was younger, we've always been well endowed as young girls. And I've always had cysts in my breast. So, like I said, I don't know how to self exam. I didn't do any of that in high school or whatever. And I didn't know anything about histories or anything like that. But I've always had cysts in my breast. And sometimes a cyst in your breast can come off like a lump. So, when I told you I had 2 lumpectomies, the first one was benign. Benign means that it doesn't have cancer in it, but it was a lump nonetheless. And I also had a lot of cysts in my breast. They weren't of any danger to me, but I've just always been like that ever since I was young. So that's why it's another thing that's very important for them to get an inside look. Sometimes I describe a mammogram like getting your breast shut in the car door, but I mean, I'm hoping that they start inventing things that are a little bit more comfortable. But yes, it's very important to get the inside look of what's going on because the outer appearance can be deceiving. Those cysts or those lumps can be down very deep. But again, being paranoid or being you know nervous or scared or like with a lot of things going on with the virus, you can't take a person with you like you used to. And that's why I care so much for Boss Lady, because I couldn't always have someone with me. So I could talk on the phone and she could hear me on the phone. And, it was very comforting, to be able to talk and laugh. And, I could watch my YouTube and things like that. But, try to have things that can occupy your mind or have a thought or a song or a mantra, even if it's not a whole song, you know. I used to lay inside of the MRI, and I would just say to myself, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. And I would just say over and over and over in my mind until I find myself almost going to sleep. It's these little things that are not talked about because it's more common to be tough and cool and nah, that didn't bother me, or that wasn't so bad, or that didn't hurt. No, that hurt. That hurt. Talk to me. Let me know. What do I need to tell my doctor? Even if you go to the dentist and you're that upset, they will give you something to calm you so that they can give you a needle or something. So I say that to say that they have what you need in order to give you that test as accurately as they possibly can so that they can help you. Just reach out and let them know how you're feeling. Just reach out.
Wow. Mr. Williams says we do need support when going through a real health crisis. I so agree. And I think we need to form a support group right here, right now. We're not gonna put this off. We're not gonna wait for anybody else. Um, y'all on board for a support group?
Well overdue.
Okay. How about you ladies? I think y'all should lead it. We can hold it here. Or what if or we take turns? Everybody's a channel holder, right?
Yes, ma'am, I'm a channel holder, but I don't drop links. I don't
Okay.
know if that's a problem for people, but I don't drop links, but I am a channel holder.
Okay. Decom. What about Teresa? Teresa, are you a channel holder?
No, I'm not.
No, because I had to authenticate. I had to email her my link. She's not authenticated. Da, 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 da. We could. D-Cop, you on board?
Yeah.
I know she on board.
Oh, what'd you say? Yeah. Uh-huh.
For a support group.
Oh, yeah.
Teresa, are you a channel holder, sweetie? Is she back with us?
No, I'm not I'm not a channel holder.
You're not? Okay.
No. Mhm.
Okay, D-Cop, you on board for the
Support group?
support group, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where would y'all like to hold it? Or how would you like to hold it? A particular channel, switch channels. Teresa says she's not a channel holder, but that's no problem. We could,
It don't matter to me.
girl, we can get you a channel in no time.
We can rotate it between you and D-Cop.
And Crystal, she got a channel too.
Crystal too, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now, how often would y'all like to meet?
Don't matter to me.
Same here.
Me either.
I think that right now, for me,
Mhm.
I'm digesting everything right now.
Mhm.
And like I said, I'm in the process of a fight, and I'm doing the best I can to keep up with a lot of things.
Mhm.
So just knowing that a process like this is in the works fills my heart. We can give it at least 24 hours so that we can think about it,
Okay.
and we can
Could you
get back
repeat
with
that?
each other,
I can
so
hear.
that we don't have to say something now and commit to something now. And
Right.
just in
Okay.
case, our situations may change.
Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what. Okay, D-Cop, you're doing a reading Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna do a reading on Sunday night. Um, Today is Friday. I'll tell you what. I'll start another live for next Friday. Right here. Is 11:15 a good time with everybody? It was 11:15 for me. Then that's Eastern Standard Time. I know D-Cop, it was 10:15 for her. Was today a good time for y'all normally?
Could you please refresh my memory as to when we started?
Today?
No, I mean the time,
Oh,
because
it was 11:15, babe.
I'm Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, I am too. It was 11:15 for us, for
Okay.
me and you. Is that a good time?
It's a good time for me.
I thought it
Okay,
was good.
good for you.
Yes.
Okay, that's good for you. Okay, so I'll do next Friday, 11:15. That's our support group meeting. D Cup will do her reading on Sunday night. You know what time you're gonna do it, D Cup?
I'm not sure. Well, I know.
That's
I
honest.
normally
That's
do.
honest.
I normally do my
What you
reading on about 8 o'clock.
That'll
But
be fine.
I'm
I was gonna
not.
tell you if you didn't have a Pacific time, I was gonna tell you just watch my wall and D Cup's wall. Just watch our wall. Because when she get a time, I post it right to my wall. And what I'm gonna do is under this video, I'm gonna put your link, D Cup. I'm gonna put Crystal's link. So everybody came on the platform today that has a channel. And then I'm gonna announce your reading on Sunday night. Um, Time to be announced. And I will announce the support group meeting for next Friday morning at 11:15. How about that? And then I'll keep it fresh going throughout the week and throughout this weekend for UD Cop. Okay.
And, let's remember on the 5th, Yvonne is having an MRI.
Yes.
So we can remember to pray for her.
Yes.
Okay.
Will her MRI be completed around that time, so that we can support her
Okay.
through that?
Okay, she'll have her MRI. The 5th is what, Wednesday? See, the 3rd is Monday. Yeah, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay, yeah. she may not have results.
Yeah, she
Think
probably
it
won't
might.
have
True,
a
true.
result.
She won't have results. I doubt it very
Right.
much. But just
Okay.
to know that she got through it, she exhaled, and she knows we're here.
Yes,
Yep.
I will get results. Oh, she's gonna get her results the same day.
Oh,
Same day.
that's
Oh, okay.
good.
Girl, where you gonna doctor? MRI results at least take a few days for me. Good Lord. Wow, you got a
That's
good doctor.
good.
Okay.
That can be done, but that's good. That's very
I
good.
know. I never heard nobody get results for MRI.
Go
So
ahead,
that is
Yvonne.
really good. That's really good.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
you
good.
baby. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So that will work. We got decomps reading on Sunday night. Support group back on next Friday. Let's see. We are kind of open. I know my decomp schedule is kind of open. I'm not sure about the other ladies. As far as during the week, we have a lot of free time. And I'm around. I'm in different chats. Decomps around and in different chats. And don't get me. And if y'all can easily email us, if y'all ever need somebody to talk to, y'all need us to pop up our stream yard. I need somebody to talk to. I'm feeling down. What I don't want you to do is suffer in silence and alone and in darkness. I mean, you're gonna do
Amen.
that enough. We want to pull each other out. We want to pray for one another. Stand in the gap. And when you think that last little bit of energy is just drained, let us allow us to come around and love on you and give you that energy, give you that hope, give you
It's
that
so
push for
important.
that one more day, Because
So
sometimes that's
important.
what it takes. That's what it takes. Boss lady says I received my MRI the same day. Also, okay, all right. So so you're having one the same day, boss lady, on the 5th? Are you saying you got your results the same day you got your MRI?
I think this
Well,
was a previous MRI.
well, you know what? Now that I think about it, when they found my tumor, yeah, it was. I got the results the next day. So yeah, they was on my phone 8:15.
Girl, you know what? You are absolutely right. It just hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you got yours the same day too. What are you talking about?
Boss lady.
Oh,
I'm
your
glad
bond.
I'm glad you guys kept talking.
Your bond
Exactly.
say you all got me
Exactly.
crying. Yeah, that's
Oh,
okay,
bless your
Yvonne. You
heart.
can cry.
It's all right to cry. It's all right to cry. And I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
now, I'm gonna cry with you sometime. That's okay. But we'll cry through those tears and push on. You see, I had to shut up when D-Cop started talking about. See, she know how it is when she gets done telling B's last story. It gets me. That's why I had to just go on mute there for a while. But that's okay. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna cry. We're gonna sing, and we're gonna laugh. We women. We might get ill, but
Yeah.
that's all right. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. And men are welcome. As you can see, James Game told his story. The men can come as well.
Yeah.
Look, we got Mr. Williams
Yep.
rolling with us now.
Gloria say apple seeds are high in vitamin B17. She said, don't swallow them whole. You can boil them and mash them, consume them with a meal. B17 has no known toxicity. A teaspoon or tablespoon per meal to start is okay.
Cannot remember that natural herb. There's a natural herb that's in the herbal shop that they take for cancer, and I can't remember the name of it. And my people give it to me. It's green, and I put it in my tea, or I put it in my soup. But I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have to come back with that. I just made a little note so that I can make sure of that. But yeah, like I said, make sure that the doctor knows what it is you're consuming, because some of those natural herbs work against the medicine that they're giving you. So just make sure, a lot of people that they know what it is you're consuming, and I've never heard of the apple seed one, but that sounds very interesting. I appreciate you sharing that with me.
I think B2 flax seeds.
Yeah, Mr. Wim, that's how they found mine. Also was through MRI. So yeah, MRI tells it's what identifies a lot of health problems.
So wait a minute, B Town, you have breast cancer?
No, my tumor was benign. The one that took off my spine.
Oh.
The first original one in
okay.
2001. Yeah.
Or at the beginning, you were saying something. Was it a family member had breast cancer?
My sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my sister. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Most greens contain B17. This is why dogs and cats eat grass.
I love
Okay.
greens. Oh my gosh, I love greens. I can eat a
I
whole
do
pile of
too.
greens by
I do
myself.
too. I love
Oh,
leafy greens. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna take care of that tonight.
Yes, ma'am. You gotta have the greens. You gotta have the collards for the new year.
Got my little black eyed peas over there on the side. Yes,
Look
I
in the crock
do.
pot right now. They're in the crock pot right now.
Mm-hmm. Crocking.
Yes.
A sweetheart of mine, one of my subscribers, she got me an Instapot for Christmas.
Wow, that was nice.
Yeah. Because I was talking about it, and I had heard people talking about it, and I wanted one so bad, and I saw one in the store and I didn't get it. I left it there. It was the only one, and when I went back, it was gone. And I was trying to, the Black Friday, and they cracked me. I didn't go out Black Friday, but I mean, the Black Friday wasn't any blacker than the Friday before that, or the
Hey,
Friday before
Gail.
that.
Welcome in,
You know what I'm
sweetie.
saying? So
Hey, Gail.
I had saw the Instapot again, and I said, "That's it. I'm getting it." I couldn't even get it down the aisle. I was sliding the box down the aisle with one foot. I said, "I'm getting this." The
I
Lord,
know that's
and
right.
I said, "The Lord's going to take care of me." And by the time I got to the chat, she said, "Did you get your present?" And I said, "What present?" And I looked on the Cash App, and it said, "This is for the Instapot." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Well,
Yeah,
that's
there's love out there. There's love out
it
there.
is. It really is.
There's love
It
out
really
there. I just
is.
want to share that. I'm so happy about that.
And don't let nobody tell y'all it's not good people here on YouTube, because it is. You can meet good people.
Lies,
Yes, you
lies.
can meet good people. Yes,
You
you
get
sure can.
rewarded from whom you serve.
That's
And I
right.
serve a true God and a just God. And he sent me
There
some
you
good
go.
people. All right now.
There you go. You got it. All right,
Hi,
guys. Any more
Gail.
questions? Anybody have anything else to say?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You have anything else to say, Teresa?
No, I don't.
Sure.
I'm positive.
All right. Okay, I want to thank all of y'all for coming. D-Cop, thank you. Thank you, Stomp Down, for the idea this morning to do it. And I'll be
Thank you,
honest with you,
Tom Down. I appreciate that.
this was my first time ever doing one kind of instantly like this, but it was well worth it. Well
Mm-hmm.
worth it. I don't
Beautiful.
regret
Thank you for
doing it at
having us.
all. And I am looking forward to y'all starting on Sunday night with D-Cop. And we're on this journey together, y'all. Don't give up and don't give in. We're going to fight to the end.
Yep.
All
Enough
right.
if you buck, Cancer. Enough
There
if
you
you
go.
buck.
We got this. We got this.
That's right.
All right,
Yep.
ladies. Thank y'all so much.
All right.
And y'all have a blessed day. And don't y'all tip too much tonight. Don't do it.
Okay.
Or you're going to be mad
You
at yourself in the
do.
morning. You're going to be mad at
All
yourself
right.
in the morning. All
Apple
right,
juice
guys.
for
Thank
me.
y'all.
Decop.
Have a good day.
Uh-huh.
B17,
I left a
y'all.
message
All
on
right.
your last video.
I will.
Wait
Decop,
a
I left
minute,
a message
Teresa.
on
All
your last
right.
video, I think.
This is the
Hear
way
that?
I
D-Cop.
always
Okay.
sign off. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
All right.
All
So,
right, bye. Bye.
I'm out of here.
all right. Bye,
All
guys.
right,
Bye-bye.
ladies.
Best day. Be safe, guys.